is happening, people? It is your boy Jack, and we have a bit of a different video. A couple of days ago I missed an upload for the first time in nearly 2 months, and since then I've had this idea that maybe I should just do a double upload, and then it'll be like I still will have uploaded every single day. And I recently had somebody ask me to speak about how I make my money, how I make money to invest into the stock market, and I thought that could actually be a pretty cool concept because I have a few different income sources. Some of them make me very little money, some of them make me a decent bit of money, and I just want to talk about them all today. It really is only as of the last maybe 6 months or so that I realized just how important it is to have money coming from more than one stream of revenue. Like forever, I've just worked. It's important to keep in mind that I'm only 22 years old, so I am very young, and most people my age more than likely do only have one revenue source, which would be their job. If even that, a lot of people my age are still in college. But me, as of right now, I have 5 income sources, which is quite cool to say. Now I will say from the beginning, 3 of them pay me a decent bit of income, and the other 2, as of right now, only pay a very small amount. And at the end of the video, I'll give you a bonus of 2 more income sources that I will more than likely introduce into my life in the next 3 to 6 months, all going well at the very least. So with that being said, I suppose let's just get into it. The first one, and the most obvious one, is the fact that I actually do work a job right now. So YouTube is not my full-time job by any means. I am currently employed. So a little bit of backdrop on me. Ever since I was 16, I've absolutely loved the gym. I started going to the gym pretty much on my 16th birthday, and it quickly became an absolutely massive passion of mine, and I decided, to pursue a career in the gym. And so I studied, I got a job in a hotel gym. If you don't know anything about working in gyms, it's nobody's goal to work in a hotel gym. It's like the bottom. You start at the bottom and you work your way up. Then I got into a personal training studio, and it didn't really suit me, and now I'm in my job in a new personal training studio, and I've been there for over a year. And this, as of right now, is my main source of revenue. Obviously, you're probably saying to yourself, Jack, how can you possibly work in a gym? All of the gyms are closed. We have moved all of our clients online pretty much, so I am still working from home. When I'm not making these YouTube videos, I am still working. I have live classes, so we train people online live. We give them feedback just like we would in person on Zoom, things along those lines. Maybe I should invest in Zoom stock. We also have to make their programs, nutritional advice and things along those lines. So that's what my main job is right now. That's what's, paying me the most money. I don't just sit at home and make one YouTube video a day. This is my side hustle right now, as people would like to say it. But the gym and fitness is all I have known for the longest time. It really was. When I was in school, that was what I was known for. I was the guy who went to the gym, and then I was the guy who worked in the gym, and now I'm in quite a good position for a 22-year-old in regards to my job, how much it pays for my age and where I live and everything along those lines. I am in quite a good position, so that's all happy days. Now, the second source of income, I'm actually an online coach myself as well. So I'm an online coach. I make people gym plans and nutrition plans, and they pay me in reward for that. So today, for example, on Tuesdays, I actually have check-ins with clients. So I will record me evaluating how their week has gone. I will give them advice. We'll see if things are going right, if things are going wrong, and I'll make adjustments accordingly. So that is my second income source. It's essentially my own business. I am my own online coach. I am employed by myself. It is, again, just a side hustle, essentially. It's some extra money that I can bring in on the side. It is by no means passive. This is not a passive income source. It is essentially a second job. It takes up a fair bit of my time, but I still absolutely love doing it. It's what I've done forever, and it is quite cool to make money yourself, to not have somebody else have to give you that money, to create something and earn money yourself. And obviously, if I'm used to working in a gym, if that's the environment I'm in, the easiest way to make more money would just be to do what I'm already doing, but do it for myself and get my own clients and things along those lines. That's just some easy supplemental income. And this is something I've experienced in for a very long time as well. Even when I was back in school, I would make people these plans, obviously for free before I was qualified, but I've been making other people plans and helping other people for over 5 years at the very, very least. And so when you finally get to a stage where, you're respected enough, you have enough qualifications to actually charge people for your services, it's always quite a nice position to be in when it's something that you've actually done for free for a very long time. So my main job is predominantly in person. That's what personal training is. You go to somebody in person in a gym, and they help you, better your lifestyle, get fitter, teach you how to exercise correctly, everything along those lines. And then my second job is online coaching, which is what I've done by myself, where I essentially do what I do in person, just online. Now, my third income source, which is YouTube. YouTube is now to me an income source, and it is bringing me in a decent bit of money. Nothing crazy, but still some money. I've only been monetized for about 2 and a little bit weeks, and the last 7 days we've made $200 odd, which is quite cool for somebody like me. Full-time minimum wage, I think, is about 350 odd euro after tax. So you know what, $200 for making a few videos that I can just do on the side, that's a nice extra bit of supplemental income. And again, it's just diversifying. The same way I would diversify my stock portfolio, I'm diversifying my income. So I'm not getting it all from one place. That way if one thing falls down the drain, I'm still bringing money in regardless. And one more thing I'd like to point out now is that I am very frugal and very smart with my money. Ever since I began making money, ever since I got my first job that was minimum wage, even sub minimum wage, I saved everything. You know, I didn't go spending crazy amounts of money. I've always been more fascinated with having and saving money than spending it. I get more enjoyment from putting money into my stock market portfolio or even into the credit union than I do from spending it on something lavish, something big. That's why most of my possessions aren't particularly expensive. Literally, the most expensive things I own are probably my Mac, my phone, and my camera, all of which I use for work and for YouTube videos. But YouTube, well and truly to me right now, is a massive blessing because I absolutely love making these videos. You know what I mean? I've been making them for a very, very long time without making a single cent on them. And now to actually make a considerable bit of money is quite cool. And what's obviously very cool about YouTube is that the potential is quite literally endless. You know, this could go absolutely anywhere. Who is to say? The growth the last month and a half, 2 months has far exceeded any expectations I ever had. I did not expect to be in this position with over 3,000 subscribers for months. But yeah, that is number 3, and it is simply put YouTube. You all know how it works. I run ads on my videos. You more than likely saw them, unless you have ad blocker in which case, well, you gotta do me like that. Now, I just want to get it out there. Those 3 are by far my biggest income sources. They are realistically what pay me. These next 2 are very, very small, but I still want to include them just because they do bring me some sort of money and they have the potential to bring me a lot of money down the line. So number 4 is my dividends. You know, it's my portfolio, it's my stock investments, and I do get paid dividends by the company I own. Now, so be it, it's not all that much just yet because I have, in the grand scheme of things, a relatively small portfolio. I'm only investing for about 3 months. I'll be honest, I have about 5 grand in the portfolio, so you know what I mean, it's not going to be the biggest amount of dividends that I'm getting paid, but it's a start. And the other thing to keep in mind is those stocks are going to grow over time. That's the whole reason I invest in them, so they will be essentially paying me over time as well. And the goal with my stock portfolio is I treat it some sort of a pension. You know, it really is what it is. Instead of paying somebody to create a pension for me, I've just gone ahead and created my own, so I can monitor it very closely. I can put my money where I want to put it. And yeah, I just like doing it this way. And it is completely passive income. I don't have to do anything. I will get paid those dividends literally forever, as long as the companies keep paying them. That's why I see it as my pension. I would like to have an awful lot of money in my stock portfolio and be able to just live off the dividends in a good few decades. And I should have mentioned it, but YouTube to an extent is also passive income. You do initially have to put in some sort of work, but I have videos that I uploaded months and months ago that are paying me something. You know, it may be a very small amount, but they still pay you something, and that work was put in months ago. I have videos from over half a year ago that I've made some sort of revenue on ever since getting monetized. So although it does require some initial work, as any passive investment does, there is an element of passive income there, which is quite cool. But the dividends are 100% and entirely passive income. And then you just reinvest that back into the market. Those dividends become bigger. Bada bing, bada boom. You retire off of a portfolio. Beautiful. And then the final one that I didn't even want to include because I make essentially nothing off it right now, but it is Patreon. Okay, so I did recently set up a Patreon because I had a few people on YouTube ask me if they could donate to me. So I set up this Patreon as a means for people to donate to me, and what I do in return is I let you know as soon as I buy a stock, so you have access to my full stock portfolio, and when it gets a bit bigger, we're going to be having weekly calls on Discord, just, you know, discussing the stock market. Because I would have felt a little bit weird just giving somebody my PayPal to give me money. It just doesn't really sit right with me. I want to be at least giving you something that you're not just going to get anyway. As of right now, we only have a few Patreons, so it really is paying me very little, but who knows where it could go. You know, if the YouTube following keeps growing, we could eventually get some more people on that Patreon. But really, I don't expect anybody to donate to it. I am incredibly appreciative to the people who do. It means an awful lot to me. The fact that people enjoy what I do so much that they're actually willing to make a donation to me to give me money It's quite crazy. So yeah, I don't expect anybody to donate to that. If you do, I seriously appreciate you. But just watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting, subscribing, that is more than enough support. And they, as of right now, are my 5 income sources. It's quite cool, to be honest, to say I have 5 income sources. Even if only 3 of them are real ones, the other 2 pay me very little as of right now, they still do pay me. At the start of the video, I said there's 2 more income streams that I plan on getting set up in the coming months. So we're going to go through them right now. And the first one is affiliations, essentially. So for example, I could go to Amazon and get an affiliate link for the camera that I'm recording on right now. And if somebody wants to go and buy that camera, if they click my link, I'll make a certain amount of that purchase. And this can be done for an awful lot of different products. I'm not monetizing this YouTube page very well whatsoever right now. I'm not too worried about doing it yet. We're still quite a small channel, but down the line, affiliate links and things like that are something I will have to heavily consider. And then another one could be, again, down the line, if we get a relatively large channel, sponsors and things along that. You know, when people get sponsored at the start of their videos, that can happen to relatively small channels. You know, I had one person actually in my email already offering me a sponsorship, but it was for a broker that I couldn't use because you have to be in the US to use them. So I would have felt a little bit weird doing that, even though the money was decent. But it was a promising sign that these things could be a reality down the line. So that's number 1, affiliate links and sponsorships. And then the second one will be merch, because I have actually always wanted my own merch. It's something that's interested me. It's something I've looked into in the past. And I think getting an audience on YouTube who loves what you do, who loves your videos, who is attached to you, I think if I could make some sort of merch that everybody would enjoy and actually be able to wear, I just think that would be cool. It's not like the merch is going to be a hoodie that just says Jack Spencer investing. That would be stupid and nobody would ever want to wear it. But I do have some ideas in my head. And yeah, that is something I definitely want to get into in the future, just because I think it's really cool. And again, it's just a completely different kind of business to what I'm used to doing right now. My head is always trying to think of new ways that I can make money. It really is. As I said earlier on the video, I just love making money. But guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I know it's a little bit different, but hopefully you did still enjoy it. You know, it probably is interesting to a lot of people how I, a relatively young person, have a few different income streams. If you did enjoy, please smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here. Drop me a comment. I appreciate you all massively, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.